Hello everyone! Welcome back to Needle Workshop. My name is Emily and I'm back today with another tutorial for our new pattern inspired by Setsuna from the anime Yashahime. This pattern is from our Half Demon series, which is available online for download along with the fully written tutorial. The link to the store will be in the description box below. The written tutorial also includes tons of info on how to properly measure yourself, how to print the pattern, along with material suggestions and tools used in this tutorial. We worked really hard on this, so please make sure to check it out. Before we get started, I'd like to preface the video by saying that we personally used a lightweight polyester cotton woven blend. Well, that's a mouthful, isn't it? But you could easily substitute it for any medium weight wovens. I also do not suggest using any kind of knit since you do not need any stretch for this particular garment. As always, I suggest making a quick mock-up so you can figure out the perfect length needed for you and so you can practice inserting the pocket piece properly. Yes, the belt has a pocket. If you are fitting the mock-up to yourself, make sure to account for the thickness of the foam armor because it's important. We'd also like to thank Mira Scarlet for collaborating with us on the production of this costume. She looks absolutely stunning. Make sure to check out her work. All the links to her work will be in the description box below. I'd also like to point out that she made the wig, the props, and the shoes. Now, let's get started. Right away, I'd like to apologize for the blurriness of the first few shots. I'm still figuring out how to use my new camera, and I only noticed a few shots in that the focus was a little off. And by a little, I mean very off. Don't worry, it's only for the first few clips though. Starting with the small belt piece and the large belt piece, align one to the other, wrong side of the large belt to right side of the small belt, along the longest lengths, and sew in place 7mm from the edge. Make sure the pocket notches are aligned. For the next part, you'll need to let out your artistic side. You'll need to position the sides of the big belt into decorative pleats and pin them in place. You'll also need to pin the fabric in place throughout the belt to give some direction to your pleats. Ideally, you want to give a natural and organic look to them, so feel free to play around with your pleats and stitches until you're satisfied with the way it looks. Once you're done, sew in place the pleats at the sides, 7mm from the edge, and tack your pinned areas down throughout the belt. Next, we'll be attaching our first pocket bag. Make sure both pocket bag pieces are fully interfaced. Right side to right side, place the pocket bag between the two notches. Sew in place 1 centimeter from the edge. Also, make sure to iron your pocket bag away from the belt. Bring out your other small belt piece. Your notches should be on the mirrored side of the belt. Right side to right side, place your pocket bag between the notches and sew in place 1 centimeter from the edge. Again, iron your pocket bag away from the belt. Right side to right side, place both belts to each other and pin in place. Sew along the edges, leaving a small open gap along the center bottom side. Also make sure to sew around your pocket bags. Cut off excess fabric at each corner and cut slits into the corners of the pocket bag and belt. Turn your piece inside out using the open gap, but make sure to leave the pocket bag towards the inside of the belt. Iron all your edges flat. For the little open gap, you can either stitch it closed by hand or use a top stitch. To keep it discreet, I decided to close mine with a hand whip stitch. Next, you'll need to apply your Velcro pieces. As indicated on the pattern, we'll be using 3 small squares of 1.5 centimeters by 1.5 centimeters at both ends. Make sure your male and female Velcros match up properly. Stitch in place. The reason why we're applying 3 small squares rather than 1 large rectangle is so the belt can more easily squish down. It all makes sense later. Lastly, take out your belt knot piece and right side to right side fold onto itself along the longest length. Sew at the edge, leaving a small open gap at the center. Cut off the excess fabric at each corner and then turn your piece inside out through the small open gap. Iron your edges flat and sew the open gap shut either by hand or with a top stitch. You should apply your belt as follows. Start by applying your belt around the waist, making sure your Velcro are at the right side and making sure your pocket is at the front. Next, you just need to tie your knot around the Velcro area. And that's it! The design allows for an easy and consistent reapplication of the belt with a clever little pocket for your phone. Alright people, hope this video tutorial was helpful. If you have any questions, make sure to leave them in the comment section below. If you like this kind of content, then make sure to give it a big thumbs up and make sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified of all upcoming cosplay content. If you'd like to know more about our upcoming projects, you can follow us on Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter. So until next time, good luck with your projects, guys. Bye bye.